Just seen, Princess Leonor's lavish 2025 wedding leaves Spain in tears. Spain expected a day of calm elegance, another royal event marked by tradition and protocol. Zarzuela Palace had been preparing, guests arriving quietly, the press ready for routine coverage. Princess Leonor, poised and radiant, had long been the symbol of Spain's future. But what happened next would shake the nation, and the world. Because today, the ordinary became extraordinary. The ceremony unfolded like a dream, and yet it was more than spectacle. Princess Leonor's wedding was lavish, breathtaking, and emotionally charged, leaving even the most composed spectators in tears. The announcement alone had already caused a stir, but seeing her walk down the aisle, adorned in a gown that combined timeless elegance with a whisper of modernity, was a moment of collective awe. Crowds outside the palace cried openly. Social media erupted with reactions that ranged from utter amazement to profound emotion. This was not just a wedding. It was a chapter in history being written live. The story behind this day began years ago. Princess Leonor has been groomed for the throne, educated in diplomacy, public service, and international affairs. Her life has always been guided by expectation and protocol. Prince Christian, Denmark's crown jewel, mirrored her journey, balancing royal duty with personal authenticity. Their union was anticipated, yes, but the scale and intimacy of the wedding surpassed all expectations. The connection between Leonor and Christian had grown quietly, across royal engagements, discreet visits, and shared glances that spoke louder than any public statement. Today, the world saw the result, two hearts united in love, while also honoring centuries of monarchy. Inside the cathedral, the atmosphere was electric. Guests, including royals from across Europe, diplomats, and close family, waited in hushed anticipation. Leonor's entrance was nothing short of cinematic. Every step, every subtle smile, every controlled breath spoke volumes. She was grace embodied, vulnerability hidden beneath regal poise, yet every eye could see the emotion behind her gaze. Christian, standing at the altar, reflected equal depth. His smile, his posture, the way he looked at Leonor, it was not just love, but respect, admiration, and a shared understanding of the monumental day. The wedding was a masterclass in dynamic pacing and emotional storytelling. From the rapid-fire excitement of the announcement and arrival of guests, the script of the day allowed the ceremony to breathe, with intimate moments woven seamlessly into grandeur. The vows themselves were not just words, they were a dialogue across generations, a bridge between personal devotion and public expectation. Every question answered, the choice of dress, the musical selections, the guest list, led to another layer of intrigue. Observers speculated about subtle nods to Spanish tradition, Danish elegance, and unexpected elements that revealed the couple's personalities. Each curiosity loop was satisfied, yet another opened, keeping hearts and minds engaged. Outside, Spain's reaction was immediate and profound. Thousands lined the streets, waving flags, holding up banners, some sobbing openly. Media outlets broadcasted live, capturing every detail, while citizens shared reactions that ranged from national pride to deeply personal identification with the bride. This was a moment of shared emotion, a rare collective gasp at beauty, history, and love intertwined. Across Europe, attention was equally intense. Denmark celebrated its prince with equal fervor. The European press hailed the wedding as a model of how modern monarchy can honor tradition while embracing humanity and emotion. Inside the palace walls, family dynamics played out subtly but poignantly. King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia were present, pride and emotion etched across their faces. Their guidance and quiet support had been instrumental in shaping Leonor's journey, and now, witnessing her happiness was a profound affirmation of their efforts. On Christian's side, Queen Margrethe and Prince Frederik mirrored the same quiet pride, recognizing the significance not only for their son but for Europe's royal tapestry. The details of the wedding reflected a careful balance. Leonor's gown honored Spanish heritage yet highlighted her personal style. Christian's attire was understated yet regal, a perfect complement to the bride. Music blended Spanish classics with Danish tradition, creating a sensory narrative that captured centuries of royal history while also embracing the modern era. Every element contributed to a story larger than a single day, connecting audiences emotionally and culturally. Yet, it was not all about grandeur. Intimate moments defined the emotional resonance. A shared glance between the couple, laughter behind closed doors, whispered encouragements, and the subtle tension of family members adjusting to the public spectacle. These were human moments, fragile yet powerful, anchoring the ceremony in reality even amidst opulence. It was in these moments that Spain cried, not just for beauty, but for the realization that monarchy could be relatable, vulnerable, and profoundly moving. As the ceremony progressed, curiosity loops continued to captivate audiences. How would the families interact in public moments? What hidden traditions would be honored? How would Leonor and Christian project the balance of duty and love to the world? Each revelation led to the next question, maintaining dynamic pacing and emotional engagement for the entire audience. By the time the vows were exchanged, the crowd was collectively holding its breath. The words spoken reflected both personal devotion and historical significance, a fusion of love and responsibility. The rings, the smiles, the tears, all elements combined into a narrative that was both human and monumental. The applause that followed was thunderous, yet mixed with quiet sobs from those witnessing a deeply personal moment unfold in public view. As the newlyweds walked down the aisle, the world watched, moved and inspired. Spain, and indeed much of Europe, felt the weight and joy of the day. This wedding was not merely ceremonial, but symbolic, of love conquering expectation, of two nations emotionally united, and of monarchy evolving while remaining true to its roots. Every camera shot, every news clip, every social media post amplified the emotional resonance, creating a global conversation about love, legacy, and the humanity behind the crown. The day concluded, but its impact lingers. Leonor and Christian's wedding is now etched into history, remembered not only for lavish splendor but for the profound emotional connection it forged with the public. Spain cried, cheered, and celebrated, a nation witnessing the blending of tradition, love, and modernity. This is a story of royalty as humans first, leaders second, and lovers always. In the end, the tears, the awe, the collective emotion, all told a singular truth. Princess Leonor's lavish 2025 wedding was not just a spectacle. It was a narrative of love, history, and emotional depth that left Spain, and the world, speechless and in tears. Because this is what happens when a princess becomes a bride in a moment that transcends ceremony, it becomes history, felt in the hearts of all who witness it.